my do not disturb on today, so that's a good thing. Let's get our light going. Let's get our chat going. And I actually know exactly which page I want to do. So I just have to find it. I'm definitely going to be doing this one, but not today. I love them all, but I have one in mind specifically for today. I was feeling this one. I've had it in my head all day. I just feel like it's time. Hello, Tegan. How are we doing today? Excuse me. Don't know why. I just really felt like this was the one to do today. Now I just have to decide on colors. Since I can't decide on anything else, we're going to start with the cat. And the cat's going to be a couple of different shades of gray, I think. I should probably sharpen that, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. I'm doing pretty good. I actually managed to get stuff done today, so that's always a good thing. Not with the help of my cats. Actually, kind of despite the attempts at help from my cats. It's kind of funny that I end up coloring a cat after a day of trying to work around mine. Sharpen this pencil, it is not giving me what I want. And the never-ending question, where did my pencil sharpener go? If I had $1 for every time I misplaced that sharpener, I would actually be rich. Here's my little sharpener. Where's my big sharpener? Aha! There she is. Happens occasionally when I find what I'm looking for. My heater has once again reminded me that I forgot to take off my sweatshirt. I'm a big dress and layers person, and I always forget that when I sit down at this particular spot at my table, it gets hot fast. That is much smoother. There we go. Excuse me while my voice decides it wants to just not work today. It's funny, I go toward making it a gray cat. That is the one color of cat I do not have. Or, well, one of the colors of cat I don't have. I'm going to just go a little bit harder here. Just to add a little bit of a difference. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to leave that little bit of belly white because we can. Create some of the difference in furs. Yes, that's actually paw more than it is belly, so we'll make it match the rest there. And I think the tail will be the nice. Hopefully today is going well for everybody. I'm just happy I actually remembered to turn my Do Not Disturb on, so I won't have any random No worries, you go do your thing. I promise not to do any unexpected random exits today unless I absolutely have no choice. In my defense, I actually had no choice yesterday either. Ooh, that's a little brighter than I meant it to be, but that's all right. It kind of works. And let's see. I know they can have a lot of different colored eyes. I just felt like this was the way to go for that one. There we go. Well, we have the cat colored. Got a lot more to do, but we got the cat colored. I still haven't decided on her yet, so we're going to decorate the tub because why not? If it's going to have the really, really pretty decorations, we might as well make them something interesting, right? Which I am going to go with the gold for all of the decor, I think, on the tub itself. And then we'll figure out what we're doing with her afterward, because I'm kind of drawing a blank. I'm not really sure what color to make her. And I think we're going to probably leave the tub surface white. I don't usually leave big pieces of color, but I don't know, it feels about right to me. I may change my mind and color it in. I don't know yet. We'll see when I get there. I kind of love the idea of a mermaid in a bathtub playing with a cat. I think that's just absolutely absurd, and I love every second of it. There we go. We got our first parts of the tub done. How I got glitter on my hand is beyond me, but I can see it sparkling here and there, and it's kind of funny. There is no telling. I may have just gone cross-eyed on that for a second there. Trying to figure out what side to follow. Hello, how are you today? That's pretty good. That's definitely pretty good. There we go. Around the loop. And then we get to do another curly Q that's going to make me go cross-eyed again. Thankfully, my camera is not facing me, so you guys don't see me going all cross-eyed, which works for me because it's not a good look for me. There we go. And I know this isn't a super colorful page so far, but trust the process. We'll get there. It's going to happen. It's just not happening yet. I'm still kind of debating on the tub if I want to leave it white or if I want to come in and add a little bit more color. But I think the white and gold actually kind of works. Welcome back, Tegan. How we doing? Always happy to get in. There we go. I missed a stripe, didn't I? There we go. And this one tests the question of, can I draw a straight line? And the answer is no, not really. But I can do a bunch of little ones. And for coloring in somebody else's actual ability to draw a straight line, it kind of works. Sometimes with smaller pieces like this, the fact that I don't have the best of depth perception is definitely a bit of a challenge, but we get there. And I am actually going to make the feet gold, I think. Should we do the feet gold or should we do the... You know what? We're going to do the gold details and then we'll do the feet silver. Just to add a little bit more interest to it. There we go. And there's my silver. Can't believe I've been going 12 minutes on a cat in a tub, but hey. I have gone longer on more random and specific parts, so it works. There we go. There's two. I feel like introducing another metallic at least kind of brings a little bit more interest. But I'm leaving a lot of my colorful for her. Just so that we can have a little extra fun with it. There we go. Now, if I can find it, there's not really a color you can add to bubbles, but you can add interest to them with shiny, shiny glitter. So, of course, I've got to do that, right? Oops, I think that was actually meant to be this. They just have a little added shimmer to them, that's all. Sorry, I just heard something and I'm trying to figure out what in the world I heard. There is no telling. I am going to reverse this guy because it's on the other side, but I need a handle. I love this cup. My boyfriend and I each have a few random Among Us things that when we first started out, we first got together, was the middle of the pandemic, and neither one of us really wanted to start watching specific TV shows. So we started watching these streamers playing different games and stuff, and we fell in love with watching people play Among Us. It was our go-to for a little bit of extra downtime. So we've had some fun with it over the years, picking up random things with it. It's kind of our inside joke. We both tried playing it. We were both absolutely terrible at it, but it was fun. And I'm going with a little bit darker for her. I don't know what I usually use. I usually do a light, just the pinky side of apricot that they call, I don't remember what they call it. Hang on. My brain just completely blanked. No, it's not the sable. Though I have used that occasionally. It's my bubblegum pink. The amount of pinks I have is a little insane. And pinky tones. I am going to pull that because I'm going to go over this tan with it. There it is. Peach Puff. That's the one I usually use. So we're just giving her a little bit more tone. And then I'm going to go over it very, very lightly with a little bit of a purple tone, I think, just because we can. Like I said, I want to have a little fun with her coloring. I now understand what I'm hearing. I'm hearing kittens who can hear me from my workshop trying to figure out how to get in. But they cannot. That's got to be sharp to get the really, really light that I want. There we go. It's almost impossible to do the super, super light unless it's a really, really well sharpened pencil. We're going to do... And then I think I'm going to just continue the fun with this shade. Kind of like that she's got like almost curly looking hair. As a curly haired girl myself, you don't see it enough in like coloring books and stuff like that unless it's specific to a character. So I love to see it. It makes me happy. And just to kind of tie it in, we're going to do her in shades of purple and blue, I think, just because we can. Because why not? She's a mermaid in a bathtub playing with a cat. Who says she can't be purple and blue, right? Excuse me as my voice decides it doesn't feel like doing its job. There we go. And then we'll come in with these little rough leaf fins here. Now we're adding a little bit of color, aren't we? And are you a solid or a shiny? You apparently just don't want to work at all. You are a shiny pink. That's no good. we've hit the 20-minute mark. Slowly but surely making our way through. And there's the beginning of the weighing in from my birds. I was wondering when we were going to get that. They have been really loud today, and they have been bizarrely quiet since I started streaming, so I figured we'd hear from them eventually. If they're not cooperative and they do decide to start screaming, I do apologize. There's not much I can do to convince them otherwise today. That is just who they have decided that they need to be. Well, I get no say in the matter, apparently. So what I've been doing over there is trying to sharpen this guy that is really not being cooperative to this degree. So I'm just trying to get a decent, reasonably smooth point on it. And now that's a first. I think we're going to toss this particular colored pencil because I've never had that one happen before. Half the color came off on me. I've never seen that. So we're not going to use that because I will drive myself insane trying to get that to sharpen. So we're going to come in with this kind of bluish gray instead. Oh, I like that actually a lot. I forgot her hand, didn't I? I didn't realize that until I came up to it. That's no good. Can't be having that. Hey, I finally actually had something to brush off my page with the habit move there. And I hear my birds trying their best to get my attention. This is a much softer purple. And I think I'm going to go searching and find a darker purple to do the mane of the tail and these two little side fins. I don't know, she almost reminds me of like a beta with the way her tail is. Which, that is not a bad thing. I have a gorgeous little crown tail beta myself. He is spoiled rotten. And just real quick here. I don't know what's going on with that either, but we're not going to question it. Just adding that little bit of color to the water. You have a beta as well. They're excellent fish. I love them. Do you know what kind yours is? Sounds like a pretty one. I'm a huge, huge fan of beta. I don't like that people tend to keep them in teeny tiny tanks and bowls. But like my guy's got a 6-gallon. That's all his. He sits on my kitchen counter. They need room to move and breathe and all of that. They don't need a ton of filtration, but they do need some. Something just to move the water and to clean up after them. My pet sales are showing a little bit there. Part of my job is making sure people have everything they need to properly take care of the animal. That is awesome. That's a happy fish. Thing with betas that a lot of people don't realize is the bigger the space they have, the bigger, fluffier, and brighter they will actually get. And I have done all of this, and now I found what I was looking for earlier. My sparkly purple pen, because who doesn't need to have one of those? So we're going to just kind of sneak in, add some sparkly spots in her hair, and drive myself completely insane trying to follow some of her fins, because, you know, I woke up today feeling a little bit too sane, so we got to fix that, right? There we go. And tracing her tail does not make me feel any less like she reminds me of a beta. If anything, it actually solidified that thought. But I do like the change that added in there. And let's see if I can get it to show the sparkle a little bit. Of course not, that would be too easy. All right, now let's really drive myself bonkers. There we go. Tracing other people's works makes me realize even more how much I respect their ability to draw the original line. Because even with a line to follow, I'm not that skilled. I've always had the utmost respect for artists in general, regardless what kind of art, whether it's restoration and stuff like that, like I like to do, or painting, or like drawing like this. It takes a real level of skill. I have skill at some things, not all, but I respect the heck out of people with the skill like this that can bring imagination to life on a level that is really, truly incredible. I think we're going to just sneak a few here and there. Not going to go crazy with it, just a few. So that she's got a little added sparkle here and there. I'll do her nails too, because why not? I think I might have to paint the color the bathtub blue, because I have come to the realization that I have not used any blue on this, and we cannot have that. That's just not, you know, one of my coloring pages. So yeah, I think we have to make the bathtub blue, but we're not going to go like insanely dark blue or anything like that. We're just going to make it kind of blue-ish. A very soft blue will actually bleh, complement it very, very well. Pardon me as I completely tongue-tie myself for a second there. It happens. Actually, more often than I want to admit, especially like when I have to work and I get home and I'm trying to talk about what all went on at work because I have to talk all day at work. I get so tongue-tied and so mixed around trying to get my words out sometimes. It's not a big, crazy color change, just nice and soft. And the more I'm seeing it, the more I actually like it a great deal. I don't know, I feel like the soft blue bathtub makes it even more decadent for... Pardon me as I'm just bopping things off my page now. It's one of those things, once I get the vision, I've got to make it happen. There we go. I actually like that a lot better. But we have finished, and I think it came out a lot of fun. And as I said, I probably won't be on tomorrow unless her doctor's appointment goes very, very quickly. But I will be back on Thursday. So until then, I will talk to you guys next time.